Thank you for joining me for our story today. I went to the public library and I found this great book called The Hanukkah Guest. It's written by Eric A. Kimmel. And for some of us, we don't celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Hanukkah, which is coming up very soon. So I thought some people might enjoy this. And it's illustrated by Giora Carmi. The Hanukkah Guest. Who do you think made that footprint? Here's some more footprints. Have you seen any footprints outside? Sometimes I see some in the dirt. Now, there's a few words you might need to know at the beginning of the story. It has a little bit of a glossary here, and it says, Bubba is grandmother or granny. Dreidel is a four-sided top with letters on the side, and the letters spell out in Hebrew, a great miracle happened there. A latke is a pancake made out of potatoes, and a menorah is a candlestick. The Hanukkah menorah has holders for 9 candles, 8 for each of the 8 nights of Hanukkah, and an additional one for the shamas, or servant candle, which is used to light others. You have to remember those. Old Bear roused himself from his winter sleep. He yawned a gigantic yawn, and then he stretched himself all over. Finally, he poked his nose outside his den. A soft blanket of deep snow covered the ground. Spring was still many months away. Old Bear wrinkled his nose. What was that delicious smell? It smelled like something to eat, which reminded Old Bear that it had been months since he had eaten anything. Old Bear's empty stomach rumbled. He shook himself all over and then lumbered out of his den to follow the delicious smell. Bubba Brayna took the last potato latke from the pan and put it in the oven with the others. The latkes would stay warm in there until her guests arrived. Bubba Brayna was 97 years old and did not hear or see as well as she used to. But she still made the best potato latkes in the village. Every year at Hanukkah time, all her friends made their way through the snow to her little house on the edge of the forest. How they loved those latkes! Bubba Brayna always made plenty, but tonight, on the first night of Hanukkah, she made twice as many as usual. Tonight was special. Tonight, the rabbi was coming. Now, in the Jewish faith, a rabbi is like a pastor or a priest is in other faiths. Bubba Brayna put on a clean apron and set the table. She filled a bowl with nuts for the dreidel game. Kitzel, the cat, rubbed against her ankles as she bustled around the kitchen. One last chore, the candles for the menorah. Bubba Brayna went to get them, and just then she heard a knock at the door. And there you can see the menorah, and this is only half of it. There's 4 candles on this side, and the part we can't see is another 4 candles on this side. And then this is the worker candle in the center. It wasn't exactly a knock, more like a soft thumping. My guests must be early, Bubba Brayna said. She opened the door. The cat hissed and dived under the table. Why, Rabbi, how nice to see you, Bubba Brayna exclaimed. Grrrth, growled Old Bear. And happy Hanukkah to you too. Please come in. Old Bear lumbered into the house. He shook the snow from his fur. Now remember, Bubba Brayna is 97 years old and she can't hear or see very well. I'll take your coat, Rabbi. My, how thick it is. It must be very cold outside. Bubba Brayna tugged at Old Bear's fur. Roar, Old Bear roared. Oh, you prefer to leave your coat on? Well, that's all right. It is a bit chilly in here. Come into the kitchen. I've set the table for a lovely Hanukkah evening. Old Bear followed Bubba Brayna into the kitchen. The delicious smells made his nose twitch. Thank you, Rabbi. How kind of you to say that. The latkes will taste even better than they smell. Old Bear followed his nose to the oven. Roar! Rabbi, I'm surprised at you. You know we don't eat until we light the menorah. Grrr. That's all right. I know you were teasing. I'll light the candles. Will you say the blessings? Grrr. Bubba Brayna struck a match and lit the shamus candle. Then she lit the one for the first night. Old Bear muttered and growled. Grrr, grrr, grrr. Who has kept us, preserved us, and sustained us to this time. Oh, Rabbi, you say the blessings so beautifully. Bubba Brayna pulled out a chair. Old Bear sat down. Let's play dreidel. I have some nuts we can play with. Old Bear's nose twitched. He cracked a nut in his teeth. Rabbi, you won't have any nuts for the game if you eat them all. Grrr, growled Old Bear. Don't worry, I have more nuts if you need them. Bubba Brayna gave the dreidel a spin. Old Bear sniffed at the little top as it whirled around. It stopped on the letter Nun. Nothing. We spin again. Bubba Brayna spun the dreidel once more, and this time it stopped on the letter Gimel. I win! Bubba Brayna swept the nuts into her apron. Roar! Old Bear roared. Don't be angry, Rabbi. It's only a game. Here. She tossed him a nut. Old Bear caught it in his paws, cracked it handily, and then begged for more. No, Rabbi, no more nuts. It's time for dinner. Old Bear snuffled and grumbled. Bubba Brayna opened the oven door and took out a platter piled high with steaming potato latkes. Old Bear's nose twitched as she set them on the table. Do you prefer your latkes with sour cream or jam? Roar! Old Bear growled. Jam. I thought so. Bubba Brayna smeared 5 big latkes with jam and stacked them on Old Bear's plate. Old Bear snuffled with pleasure as he gobbled the latkes down. Bubba Brayna laughed. You should use a fork. You have jam all over your beard. She wet a towel and wiped Old Bear's face. I must tell you, Rabbi, you eat just like a bear. Grrr. I'm hungry as a bear, so I eat like one. I can see that, Bubba Brayna chuckled. Old Bear ate and ate until all of the latkes were gone. He licked the jam and sour cream from his muzzle and his paws, and then Old Bear began to feel drowsy. He yawned. His great head flopped on Bubba Brayna's lap. Rabbi, you're sleepy. Who wouldn't be after such a meal? All the latkes are gone. It's time to go home. But before you leave, I have a Hanukkah present for you. Bubba Brayna took out a red woolen scarf from the cupboard. She wrapped it around Old Bear's neck. This scarf will keep you warm on the coldest nights. I knitted it myself. Grrr! Old Bear licked Bubba Brayna's face. Bubba Brayna blushed. Oh, Rabbi, at my age. Old Bear shuffled to the door. It was time to return to his den. He felt very sleepy. Roof! He growled as he ambled off into the night. He turned around one more time before disappearing into the forest. Roof! Good night to you too, Rabbi. Happy Hanukkah. And there he goes wearing the scarf. Bubba Brayna was washing the dishes when she heard another knock. I wonder who that is. Shalom, Bubba Brayna! Her friends and neighbors stood at the door wishing her a happy Hanukkah. Shalom, everybody! Bubba Brayna cried. How nice to see you. Please come in. I'm sorry I didn't have any more latkes. The rabbi came by and he ate them all. Bubba Brayna, don't you recognize me? It was the rabbi. Does he look like a bear? The rabbi couldn't have eaten the latkes, everyone said. He was in the synagogue with us the whole time. Bubba Brayna scratched her head in bewilderment. Something strange is happening here. Rabbi, I think there is an imposter going around. He looks like you. He talks like you. He even has your beard. Just then Esther and David, Bubba Brayna's 2 grandchildren, cried, "Come look!" Everyone ran to the kitchen to see what was wrong, and they found the floor covered with bear tracks. A bear? And I thought it was the rabbi. Bubba Brayna had to sit down. Soon she began to giggle. That was a very clever bear, or a very foolish Bubba Brayna. Oh well, let the bear have a happy Hanukkah. I had a happy Hanukkah too, and so will you, my dear friends. David, go bring some potatoes up from the cellar. Esther, get my grater and my bowl. Everybody has to help. You too, Rabbi, but I promise there will soon be latkes for everyone. Deep in the forest, Old Bear slumbered in his den. His stomach was full of potato latkes. The warm woolen scarf was wrapped snugly around his neck. Pleasant dreams, Old Bear, and happy Hanukkah. And as you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you have a very happy Hanukkah. Have a great day. Keep smiling. Keep reading great books. Keep breathing. Smile. Have a great day.